Okay, good morning. So let's start with utility. So what is utility? Utility refers to benefit obtained from consuming an item or service. So the benefit we get after consuming an item or service, that is called as utility. Okay, now let's see features of utility. So the first point is relative concept. So what is relative concept? Utility is related to time and place. It varies from time to time and place to place. For example, woolen clothes have greater utility in the winter, sand has greater utility at the construction site than at the seashore. So it is related to time and place. So winter woolen clothes have greater utility in the winter season. I can't wear woolen clothes in the summer season. So benefit we get when it is in winter month. Sand has greater utility at the construction site. If so much sand is available in the seashore, but what is the benefit we get if there is sand? So it is useful, and where it is useful, where we get the benefit when it is used in the construction site. Second is subjective concept. It is psychological concept. Psychological means it is based upon the mind and behavior of the person. Utility differ from person to person. Of course, everyone has different needs, so it differ from person to person. This is due to difference in taste, preference, likes and dislikes. So if I like ice cream, in that also I like some other flavor chocolate, and someone my friend will be liking vanilla flavor. So the taste, preference, likes and dislikes will be there. For example, stethoscope as utility to a doctor but not to a layman. So stethoscope has more benefit when it is used by the doctor, not by a common man like us. And the third is ethically neutral concept. Ethical means good or bad. The concept of utility has no ethical consideration, so it doesn't take into consideration whether it is good or whether it is bad. It is morally colorless concept. The commodity should satisfy any want of a person without consideration of what is good or bad. So it should satisfy the person need. It doesn't see whether it is good or bad. Okay. For example, a knife has utility to cut fruits and vegetables. So knife is useful for a mother to cut an vegetable, for an housewife or for a cooker to cut an vegetable, as well as it can be used to harm someone. So knife has both the utility to cut an fruits or vegetable or to harm someone. Both wants are of different nature but are satisfied by the same commodity. With only one commodity, I can satisfy my both the needs are satisfied by the same commodity. So if I want to harm someone and to cut fruits and vegetable, I can use knife for both the things. Thus, utility is ethically neutral. Neutral means not for this also, not for that. I am in the middle. That is neutral. Fourth, utility differ from usefulness. Utility is the capacity of commodity to satisfy human wants. So just it satisfy the human wants. Whereas usefulness indicates value and use of the commodity, what it is used for. For example, milk has both utility as well as usefulness to a consumer. So if I take milk, we get the benefit also after consuming that item, and useful. It is useful for our body. While liquor is utility only to an addicted person who is drug alcoholic, he gets the benefit after consuming that, but it is not useful. Means his body, now it give him happiness, but at the later period he may be suffering more. It is not useful for him. Utility differ from pleasure. A commodity may possess utility, but it may not give any pleasure to the consumer. Pleasure is something you get the satisfaction or happiness after giving some service or good to any person. For example, injection for a patient has utility because it cures the ailment, but it hardly gives any enjoyment or pleasure to him. So after patient takes injection, it has the benefit. After consuming that, he gets the benefit, but it doesn't give him pleasure because he doesn't enjoy that thing. It is the necessary to take the injection, then only he will get cure from his disease. Utility differ from satisfaction. Utility is a cause of consumption. Satisfaction is the end result of consumption. They are interrelated but still different concepts. They are interrelated but still there is a difference. A thirsty person drinks a glass of water since water has the capacity to satisfy thirst. So, if I get a glass of water when I am thirsty, it it has the capacity to satisfy my thirst. But utility of water is the cause of consumption. So, water is what? Water is giving me the benefit after consuming it. It is the utility, and the satisfaction derived is at the end result of the consumption. Satisfaction is when I get satisfaction after drinking the water, after I am relaxed, then only it is the satisfaction. After the end result, after drinking the full glass of water, what I get, oh my god, now I am feeling relaxed, that is the satisfaction. Measurement of utility is hypothetical. Hypothetical, which is not true. It is an imagined concept. Means when we imagine that if this happens like this way, we imagine in our mind, which is not true. That is hypothetical. Utility is an abstract concept. Means it is created in our mind. It has not physical form. Cardinal or numerical measurement of utility is not possible, so it is not measured in numbers. For example, a thirsty person after drinking water may derive higher or lower level of utility. So after drinking water, I can't ask him how much level of satisfaction you got. So he will not tell me one or two or five. He will tell, huh, I'm now feeling little bit better. Higher or lower level of utility. He may say, okay, I'm feeling. He will not say in numbers, I am feeling 5 utility, 6 utility. No. Utility can only be experienced and found either positive, 0, or negative. Negative utility is called disutility. Means it can be positive, it can be 0 also, or negative also. Negative utility is also called disutility. Utility is multi-purpose. So why it is multi-purpose means it can be useful for many people. A commodity can satisfy the want of more than one person. So, a commodity, a good can satisfy the need of not only me. Like me, there are many more people. It can satisfy their need also. It can also be put to serve several use. For example, electricity can be used to serve many purposes and for many people at same point of time. So electricity is used in various items and it has been consumed by many people. Consume means we are taking electricity for many purpose in our house. Many of the things run on electronics only. Fridge, washing machine, for and what fridge, washing machine, TV. So everything is dependent on electricity, and electricity is not only used in our houses, it is used in many hospitals, restaurants. So it has a usefulness in various areas.